Hello everybody, this is Toys R Us, and for this new figure unboxing and review we're going to be looking at the 2023 Legacy Evolution Core Class Soundblaster figure. So what we're going to do with this video, we're going to unbox him live in a second, have a look at the entire contents of the packaging. We're going to have a detailed look at him in both of his modes to help you decide how you want to display him. We're going to see how he compares and looks next to the original owner of this particular mould. We can then see how he looks and displays with some other Core Class figures that have been released pretty much in the same or around about the same time toy lines. And for what it's worth, even though he's completely different and well out of scale, we can have a look at what he compares like to his original Generation 1 self. So as you can see, quite a few things to get through with this video. So while I'm putting these back, I'd like to remind anybody, if they'd like to hit that subscribe button for me now please, because it really will help me out. Right then, let's move these out of here. And the next thing I need to do is thank In Demand Toys in the UK, because as you can see, they got this out to me nice and safely. Now I have quickly just took the tie wraps off there just to speed the video up, but this is of course a windowless box. We can just about make out there that Buzzsaw is in fact inside his chest. We've got the lovely Legacy Evolution logo there, and there we've got the alternate mode, which is of course the cassette deck, which is completely defunct, but it's still really cool that we've got it as an alternate mode. There's the Legacy Evolution artwork, and indeed there's the brilliant artwork of Soundblaster himself. As I said, I've already cut this open, so let's go straight into the package. And again, I know it's just a redeco of Soundwave, but it's just such a cool concept. If ever you've watched the Headmasters cartoon from Japan, it aired in 1987. This is where this, I suppose, this character was born, shall we say. He is a straight up redeco and rebuild of Soundwave, however, with a difference. I'm not going to go into too much detail. I'm just going to say toy-wise, the main difference is the fact that this guy had space to fit 2 cassettes in the chest. Obviously it's not going to be like that in the core, but I was just showing you the differences in the toys. In fact, we might as well keep him there, to be honest, because as you can see, he does suffer with what most Soundwaves do with the loose limbs, but the homage is perfect. I think this is red as well. Is it still red? No, it's a little bit purple. If that had been red, that would have just been the icing on the cake. We've got the red eyes, but that's because that's more cartoon accurate than, as you can see, toy accurate. And of course the scale is completely different and the size is well off. So let's move him out of the way. If you want to see him in more detail and exactly why the red translucent chest is so good, it's another gimmick. You can have a look at the original Soundblaster video on this channel. Right, let's have a look at this guy. And these Core Class figures, as I keep saying, these are really good. The detail on the head is fantastic. You can see you've got full articulation. It'll spin around, look up and down. We can see we've got ball and socket joints for the elbows. The shoulders are the same. Oh, this is really stiff. Of course it is brand new. We've got no, we don't have a waist swivel. We've got hips to the side, to the front, knee bend. We don't have an ankle rock, but we sort of have a tilt, but that is mainly due to transformation. So again, I've seen this quite a lot recently, especially because I've moved on and I am started reviewing third-party legends. It's all to do with you get what you pay for. This is a very good Core Class figure, but of course it's, you know, third quarter of a price of your new age figures. But for most collectors, and indeed myself, this will do. There is a couple of gaps at the back, but that's of course for transformation. But otherwise, as I say, I like it. I like the figure. I love the concept, and I love the fact that we're getting little figures, well, Japanese figures, shall we say. His accessories are still in here. And this is just the little icing on the cake for this figure, in my opinion. Let's move that out of the way. We can pop this on top. Is it going to fit? This is the downfall of working with brand new figures. They've had no playwear, so that everything doesn't really fit. There we go. You've got to forcefully push that in. It's a good job I'm going to be displaying him in robot mode, so I'm not too bothered about doing that. And there indeed is his. It's as good as a blaster, isn't it? It would fire missiles, as say, if it was a little bit bigger and if it was allowed to. So let's have a quick look at him compared to Soundwave. Really good. I think these characters and I think these molds again are brilliant. So let's have a look at them. Again, I said I'd rather have that been red if I'm being extra picky, but otherwise no problems with this figure at all. Let's just have a very quick look at Buzzsaw and Laserbeak, and of course all we're going to get here is different colors on the cassettes. Of course they don't transform, just if people are wondering. That would probably be some ridiculous engineering. Although I wouldn't put it past some companies. I'm sure they could do it if they really wanted to, especially with the world's smallest Transformers we've had. Right, let's have a look at him in his alternate mode very quickly. We're probably going to come back to the robot mode in a second as well, but let's have a look at the alternate mode. So I now need to take this out again, take off the shoulder cannon, take out the gun. Let's fold the fists back into the forearms like so. Turn the head around before you're pushing it back, otherwise you've just got a face looking up straight at you. There is 2 tabs there on the back of his hips, and you've got cutouts there on the back of the forearm. So let's just line this up. There we go. And the same on this side. Bring it around, slot it over. Now we're going to take the legs, turn them all the way around, so you've got the silver facing out, and as you fold this up, you've got a tab there and a cutout there to slot that in, and then of course fold this up. You can see you can actually display it either way if you wanted to. You can put it perhaps doesn't look as good, but if you didn't want the toes sticking up, you've got a choice. You can have toes down, or you can have, that's how they say to do it, to be honest. And then of course you can store these at the back just as little gap fillers. But the best thing about these is, and I'm not going to do it, but you've seen loads of people, I would imagine, on social media like I have, put larger figures. I said I'm not going to do it, but I'm going to go and do it straight away, carrying them on their shoulders, etc., because they are small enough to be able to do that. It's just obviously when it comes to scaling a tape deck next to a huge robot, it doesn't work in that way. Anyway, that's, I think, all there is to look at him in this mode. Lovely use of the gold Decepticon logo there, nice bit of silver, even the details of the fast forward and rewind and play and record and stop buttons there, you can clearly see one's a circle and one's a square, so that's brilliant. Let's come back and have a look at him in his robot mode for the final time then, and put him with the rest of the core class figures. Well, some of the ones I've got, which at the moment I've realised seems to be an abundance of Decepticons. There's only Hot Rod, and oh no, Hot Rod, Rat Trap and Optimus Prime. Whereas with the Decepticons, I'm telling a fib, I've forgot about Wheelie and Ratchet and Thingy, but they're a different toy line. They're Studio Series 86. I was referring to just Legacy. We've just got an abundance of Decepticons, which is good, to be honest, because the Decepticons are always outnumbered in toys, in the cartoons, in everything. So for the final part of this video, let's put them two together. Let's just move that out of the way. Let's bring Megatron in. There's even 2 versions of Megatron. Shockwave, Starscream. Oh, I've got a few more here. I've got Skywarp. Is he going to fit in? No, not really. But I am going to bring in Optimus Prime. There's no point bringing Iguanus in, just so you can see how he scales next to Optimus as well. Anyway, there we go. I think that's more than enough said about this little guy. He's great. I mean, if you don't like recolours and redecos, or if you've got no affinity for the Japanese continuity of Transformers, you're probably not going to want this figure. If you're a completionist, you're going to want it, and if you like the Japanese Transformers, then I think you're definitely going to want it, because it's great. And there's always that big argument. I mean, if you forget about the characters, obviously Soundwave is an amazing character. Forget about the characters. What is best? Is it the black or the blue? You let me know in the comments, guys. Either way, I think he's a great little figure, and I'm pleased he's in my collection. There we go. That is Legacy Evolution Core Class Soundblaster.